Hey everybody, welcome to today's video where I'm going to teach you how to ruin an entire month's worth of disciplined diet and exercise in just 5 days. So a little bit of an update on this quest of mine to make it back to American Ninja Warrior in 2018 and the long road that it's going to take me there. It's been almost 2 weeks since I got all stoked that I weighed below 250 pounds for the first time in about a year and a half. Turns out that was the easy part because apparently now is where the real battle begins, because almost 2 weeks later I've still managed to only get myself down to 244. Now don't get me wrong, losing 4.5 more pounds over the course of 2 weeks is not the end of the world. It is still progress. What is the end of the world, however, is the fact that also a couple weeks ago Chicago Blackhawks playoff tickets went on sale, and I just happened to luck out and actually get some to the first home game. Now, for those who don't know, I was born in Chicago and lived the first big chunk of my life there, and then for the next big chunk of my life, lived about a quarter of the time there, but it's still the place that I consider where I'm from and the place that overall I kind of consider home. I also come from a family that is very big into hockey. We all get together and we watch the games. I played hockey growing up and I still play hockey today, so it's something I love and I get really stoked for the playoffs. And as completely stoked as I am to get away for what's going to be a 5-day weekend, basically just spending the money that I've saved on food by the less food I've been eating over the last month, the big drawback is that when I go back to Chicago, you gotta eat at all the restaurants that you grew up with and that you love. And for every bit as delicious and amazing as all these restaurants are, they are every bit as equally unhealthy for you, especially if you're trying to lose a few pounds. So for the sake of science, what we're gonna do is tomorrow morning before I leave for the airport, I'm gonna weigh myself first thing in the morning, the same that I do every morning nowadays. I'm gonna take a picture of what that weight is, and when I get back after this weekend, we're gonna see just how much weight a 5-day weekend in Chicago will actually put onto you. Either way, after this weekend, it definitely is going to be a little bit of a long road back just to get to where I am now, and that's definitely something that I am a little bit discouraged about. But whatever, it is going to be a hell of a time, and on the bright side, in case anyone's worried, no, I'm not flying United Airlines, so you don't have to worry about that. I have my Blackhawks tickets already, so we're not worried about that, and oh, anyway, really quickly before I move on, in the last video I did, sort of introducing this semi-vlog series, kind of documenting my weight loss journey and journey back to American Ninja Warrior, hopefully, there actually were a couple of you in the comments that mentioned you're trying to set goals of your own, and I have to say, that inspired me a little bit. The fact that we're in this a little bit together, and here I am admitting that I'm about to go away for a 5-day weekend to completely screw up a lot of what I've done, but you know what, that's part of the game. We're people. Sometimes you just got to indulge, and you can make it up later and realize kind of what your goal is again, and realize how hard you have to work for it. Sometimes it can be the perfect thing to set your mind back on track. Not saying that in my case I necessarily needed that, I just kind of lucked into hockey tickets, more or less. Anyway, to those of you that are trying to do your own positive changes, hell yeah to you guys. Keep it up and let me know how things are going in the comments of this video. Moving on. Over the past few weeks, there has definitely been a noticeable lack of videos on this channel, particularly related to the main content that I make videos on, being movies, TV, and video games. There is one main culprit for that. There's really nothing else I can say other than that this game has completely consumed me. I can literally spend 6 hours just running around and collecting shit and picking up rocks and finding Korok seeds and beating shrines and not even making any actual progress in the story, and have zero regrets about that because it is so much damn fun. Although I am getting fairly close to actually beating the game, at which point I think I might resume having a life outside of Zelda after that, mainly to the point of making some more videos finally. I have a few that I've been working on for a little while that I'm excited about, one in particular being a Star Wars Rebels Season 3 review, which I know at this point isn't going to be online till a month after the season ended, but it's still something I want to talk about because I think a lot of people would be interested in that, and I think it's an overall fantastic show that if you haven't been watching, you should be watching if you're a Star Wars fan. In the meantime, one thing to keep an eye out for is I'm going to be taking a couple of my older videos that I've always been really proud of. There's a handful out there that I made that I put a ton of effort into that just about nobody watched. And so what I'm going to do is just touch them up a little bit, throw on the Faf Guy logo at the very beginning of them, as opposed to the old names of this channel, and yes, names plural, and just update those, throw throw them online again now that, more people might see them and more people might enjoy them. And also just for the fact that I love these videos and I'm proud of them. And I would hope that if you guys saw them, that you would enjoy them too. So keep an eye out for those. I'm going to make a little note on them that it is a re-release, but those will be coming out sometime in the next couple weeks, just sort of periodically to fill space while I'm working on these other videos. Anyway, that is just a quick little update I wanted to give on some more of my progress so far, my soon-to-be massive setback, and also for science to figure out how much weight you gain in a 5-day weekend in Chicago, all topped off with my mountain of excuses why there haven't been more videos lately. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this little update. Let me know if there's other updates or other things you want to update on that's like, hey man, what the hell's up with this thing? I'll throw it in the next video. We got a report for science anyway come Monday, so why not make it happen? Let me know in the comments. But above all else, everybody, thank you so much for watching.